Sometimes the biggest block between you and success in anything, bodybuilding, lifting weights, is the paradigm which we're talking about right now. But success in anything, what the biggest block is in most people is themselves. So your own stubbornness causes a lot of problems. Like for instance, there's a guy at the gym that has a certain injury, and I sent him to somewhere to get help. And because he couldn't be guaranteed that results would be instantaneous, he didn't take a chance. He didn't take a chance in trying out the new massage therapy technique or going to this chiropractor or physiotherapist, whatever it is, because his stubbornness was actually creating a lack of humility. He was saying, no, I know everything. Meanwhile, I'm injured, but I don't want to do anything different in order to address it. So we all have this inside us somewhere. I mean, we all have stubbornness somewhere. I mean, we come face to face with it all the time, right? But when your stubbornness starts to cause problems, especially physically in your body, then you have to really start to look and say, okay, maybe there's a different way of living my life, or maybe my opinion isn't so important anymore, because we all know at one point in our life, we'll have to surrender our opinion to death, that you're not going to be able to hold on to your opinion then. I'm still alive, even though you're dying. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if something in your training is not working, don't hold on to an idealism about what your training should be, even though the results are contradicting your idealism. So I should squat butt to the floor, but my knee is killing me every day after I do it. I have to bench press my 1 rep max, even though my shoulder is inflamed with bursitis, and it seems to hurt every single time I do that. Or, I'm not going to basically change my diet, even though I've got gout, diabetes, and a heart attack coming. I mean, we see the extremes and we always say, oh, wow, that person's stupid. How can they let that happen to them? But what I'm saying to you, it's the same pattern. It's the same way of thinking that causes all the little problems and the big ones. It's just that when it gets extreme, they cause big ones. Or if it's the same type of thinking over a long period of time, it creates the big problem, right? So in bodybuilding, this is really important, or in powerlifting, or in athletics, or sports of any kind, because you'll always see the athlete that will do something a certain way for a number of years, and then that technique starts to not work anymore. But then that athlete will say, no, but this is the way it's been, and it should always be this way, and they'll keep on doing the same thing over and over again, rather than changing and possibly experimenting into a new field or a new way of doing things. So that experimentation is so important for you. It's so important for you to play, to start to just do different things rather than always the same thing, because that's the way it was done. That's the way people tell you it's done. So don't make this into a religion. Don't make it into, the I must have to, or the obligation, I must do it this way. Because your body at every single moment is telling you how it should be done. So it's your job to listen to the body, not your job to tell the body. Right? And I know there are a lot of naysayers out there that say, no, well, then I won't be motivated in the body. I'll just sit around on the couch and eat chips and stuff. This is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that if you're getting, pain, injury, if you're getting definite signals in the body that says, I don't like this certain exercise right now, then change the exercise or rehabilitate yourself so that you can, or do something instead of just pounding yourself to death with the same interaction or the same exercise that's actually causing you harm. Sometimes it's not the exercise at all. Actually, a long time ago, I discovered that with certain exercises I could go heavy and other ones I could not. But that didn't mean the exercise was insignificant. It just meant that the weights or the poundages or the intensity had to change. It actually happened with skull crushers. I noticed on bench press, I could go 5 reps, 3 reps, 7 reps, I'd be fine. There'd be no joint pain, nothing. But whenever I did skull crushers, and I did skull crushers with, super heavy weights and only did 5 or 7 reps, I would start to get a bursitis in my elbow. And I'm like, geez, that's weird, because When I do bench press, I don't get this. At the same intensity level, I'm doing 5 reps, I don't get any bursitis, I don't get any problems. Why is this happening with the French curl? So every time I go to do triceps, I still do it anyway, because you know what, I'm supposed to do it, because my little mind didn't understand at the time that an isolation movement was totally different than a compound movement. You see, so there's a lot of times that your information in your head, you don't have enough information to really understand what's going on, but your body was telling you anyway. Your body knew. You know, my body knew what was going on. My body knew not to do the tricep extension for 5 reps, maybe to do it for 10 or 15 or 20, you know, start to rep out. And the funny thing is I started to rep out just out of necessity because my elbow hurt so bad. And then my elbow got better. Then no problem. And I ended up putting on tricep size and everything, and it was all fine. So this is the type of surrender I'm talking about. When you surrender your own idea of things, you become open to actually receive the knowledge that your body's giving you. So, you know, if you notice something that's going on in your training, and then, you know, just listen and then make small adjustments here and there and see if you get more results. I know another guy at the gym recently I just talked to, he was doing heavy squats and he noticed that he wasn't getting any results in his legs, and he was bringing his lower back and his hips, and he felt kind of weird and it just didn't feel right. And then he started repping out, and then instantaneously he put an inch on his legs. So this is how it works. You know, your body's always telling you how to train. Your body's telling you. It's just that people are so disconnected from their bodies. That's what the problem is. They're so disconnected that they don't even realize when their body becomes a garbage dump of Cheetos and beer and the rest of it, they don't even realize because they've disconnected from their body. So the paradigm I'm teaching you is not really a recipe. I'm teaching you to say, hey, let's listen to our body in deeper and deeper and deeper ways, and then the body will tell you what is needed or what you need to do. And the great thing is it'll also tell you with health, not with muscle just for the sake of muscle, but it'll tell you, okay, pay attention to this because this is a health consideration, and their health is the most important thing. That's what this training thing should really be about. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.